Welcome back to Good Day, everyone. It is 8:21, and I'm joined now with Charles Lingo, who has written 2 books. One of them has been published. The other is about to be published. It'll be available next year. But Charles, you have a whole line of very, very notable names in your family tree.
Yes, I do.
You are the 5th generation grandson of Jefferson Davis.
That's correct.
We'll kind of start there and then work our way forward.
All right.
So for people who don't know who Jefferson Davis was, tell us a little bit about him.
Well, he was the Confederate president, and a lot of people don't know that his great-granddaughter, oldest son, married Sallie Mae Foundation, which is my mother, which is one of her grandfathers. And that a lot of people don't know that we over here in Georgia.
Sure. So what's that like, having bloodlines tracing back to Jefferson Davis?
Well, it feels great to me. That's why, basically, I love history. And my mother, she had inspired me to write the book a year before she passed it. She told me that she wanted me to write 3 books and make sure that people get a chance to know what wonderful thing that she did and what her children gonna do.
Sure. Now, talking about your mother here, since you mentioned her, you brought her up. Sallie Mae Guilford is your mother.
That's correct.
And for people who don't know, what has she done? Because it's been a...
All right. Sallie Mae Guilford, when we were growing up, well, first beginning, she didn't have the estate, but the government heard that it was a black family that was related to Jefferson Davis, and they sent somebody to investigate it. And when the historical person had came to our house, he got the information, put it down on the computer. He said, well, Sallie Mae, we can't go by what you're saying. We got to give you a DNA test. So they ran her DNA test up against Veronga Margaret Wells Stewart. And then when the test came back, they said, you are the 4th generation granddaughter of Jefferson Davis.
Wow. So what does that kind of mean for you and the rest of your family?
Well, basically what we originated out of Abbeville, Alabama. They knew who we was, but Randolph County, they only began to know who we are now because the book that I had just wrote.
Very exciting. Now, again, going back to your mother, for people who don't know who she was, she has invented the Sallie Mae Foundation.
All right. She let the government use her trust fund, and she started Sallie Mae Incorporated. She let the National Education Association help her structure it, but she founded it.
Very exciting. And the WIC program, you were telling me?
Right. The WIC program, like the government had a program, and they didn't know if it would work. So by my mother being who she was, they said, Sallie, will you help us try out this program? She said, yes. They said, well, one of your children is the perfect candidate. He had a bone disorder, and he was easy to bruise. So she had to go to the store and purchase eggs and stuff like that, and they didn't have the WIC machine. So when she went to the store, she'll call into the government, and they'll ask her how much it costs. She had to get the store bank routing number, and then they'll wire the money to the store bank account, and then with about a year later on, my brother's disorder had disappeared, and they declared it a success. Then a year later, out of that, the WIC program, the WICs, they had started putting WIC machine in stores.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So that was your brother?
Right, he was the first user of the WIC program.
Wow.
His name, Charles Lingo.
Well, we definitely thank him for all of that. So tell us a little bit more about this book. You have written 2 books.
I have written 2 books, and this book right here basically tell you where we from, what we went through with, and how we related to Jefferson Davis.
Okay, and then the second book, which is going to be published next year.
Right. It gonna tell how I was a witness to my mother signing the papers to incorporate Sallie Mae. She called me in the house to see her, to let me witness her signing the WIC program paper. And she wanted me to be there to be able to come here today to let y'all know what she did.
Absolutely wonderful. We definitely appreciate it. How can people get a copy of your book?
They can go to outskirtpress.com. About the end of March, it's going to be on their book website, and you'll be able to purchase it.
All right, absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit of history with us this morning. And now, Kelly, who you got over there?